Hello guys, today's video will be mostly focused on Siege settings, what settings I run, the reason for me running those settings, and all of that stuff. So, as you see, I'm getting almost, about 600-ish FPS. Obviously falls down as soon as I look at, bigger renders. So, my settings, they're not all on low. That's because my PC it's able to handle quite a bit, so I don't want to cheap out on getting 20 more FPS. That's not gonna matter. My refresh rate is obviously below 500, so me getting 500 or 400 or 600 doesn't make a big difference, because you can't even get a refresh rate that's, capable of outputting that much. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you why I run these settings and what settings you should be running for the best optimal performance for your PC. So let's begin. First of all, you should be running. I'm gonna start with graphics because that's usually what people care the most about. If you care about these other things, I'll go through them afterwards, but I'm gonna start with graphics. So my texture is on high, just because I've got a 600 XT, and it handles a lot. So that's basically why. Now, if you wanna go competitive, or you just want to get the most juice out of your PC, let's say your computer is a bit older, it's a bit, like it's been through stuff, I would recommend to put this down to medium or low. There's not a big difference in overall the quality, how much it looks. The biggest difference is probably just gonna be, how it looks and feels. So if you've got everything on low, it's not gonna look the best, but it's gonna feel the best. If you've got everything on high, it's gonna look the best, but not feel the best. So, I'm gonna make this quick. If you want competitive settings, the best FPS, you don't care, you don't give two shits about what it looks like. Everything on low, okay? This, low, linear, LOD, low. Shading quality, keep this on medium, please. Keep this on medium. Why? Because it shows you the shadows. You've maybe seen one of the clips shadows pulled off, or just other streamers, where he was Clubhouse and he was holding rafters, and there was a guy coming, and he saw the shadow before the guy peeked the door, and he pre-fired and he got a kill. Stuff like that, that's why you should be keeping this on. Now, if you really cannot have this on, put it off, but 99 out of 100 times, you should have this on, just for, the actual boost. Shadow quality, this one low, just doesn't matter. Reflection, low. Effects, low. Ambient occlusion, off. Lens effect, off. Zoom in, off. I'm not sure why you would have this on. It basically just zooms in while you're aiming. Now, I know a lot of pros and other people play with this off. The reason I play on TAA is because it boosts FPS, and I'm used to TAA because I used to play on a machine that wasn't as good as my current one, and I only cared about FPS. Now it's not such a, it's not a big thing I think about now, but I still play on TA because I'm just used to that, and also it gives more FPS. Now, if you're on Vulkan, which I do recommend, I do not recommend playing on DX11. The reason I played on DX11 on my old computer was because it crashed on Vulkan. It was just really, really weird. Sometimes it wouldn't crash, sometimes it would. And I noticed it especially crashed a lot on certain maps. And on some maps it ran perfectly fine, on some maps it started lagging. So that's why I started using DX11 instead. But if you have the ability to use Vulkan over DX11, I do recommend it. It's so much better and it gives you a lot more FPS. So for Vulkan, I have this on 0 because I'm getting enough FPS how it is already. But if you, let's say, you're on 80 FPS and you want to get 120, you could put this on 120. Now, if you want the maximum capable FPS, just put this on 400. Okay, it's gonna make your game look quite bad. It's gonna look quite terrible, but it's gonna be really good for FPS. But your PC will also be under a lot of stress constantly. So just so you know, render scaling, I've got it in 100 because I still wanna be able to see. I used to play on 50, but I moved up to 100. My sharpness is on 100 because I want my images to be as sharp as possible. Now, back to the best FPS settings: low, linear, low, and we got to here TAA. If you want the best, I recommend this on TAA. This, put it to 400. Actually, it depends on your PC. Some PCs will perform better on 0, some will perform better at 400. So experiment, okay? Render scaling 25, TA sharpness 0. This will make your game look quite interesting in my opinion. Now I'm gonna keep my settings because that's the ones I prefer. Now moving over to general, I've got my squad policy to open friends. I'm not sure why you even care about this. Interference preferences, I've got scoring off. Not such a popular opinion. If you don't know what it is, it's basically once you play competitive, having this off is a lot better because you just get used to it. Because in Pro League matches, you always have scoring off. Not sure why, you just do. Now having this on will give you indicators as if you've injured someone, if you've gotten a kill, what type of gadgets you've destroyed with, let's say, a frag grenade, and all that. I don't get it because I've got it turned off. And the scoring, it just kind of annoyed me because, like, I would be focusing on something and then I would just see like this bright yellow text on my screen, and I would just look at it, and sometimes I would die because of it. But there's also instances where I've injured someone and I almost lost the game because I didn't know that person was injured. Now, show grenade indicator, I've got this on because I obviously don't want to blow myself up. Show teammate outlines, I've got this off because sometimes the reasoning behind this is because sometimes I would be, let's say, good example. Consular, I was in piano and my teammate was at circle desk. Now, there's another guy in piano with me, but my teammate's outline is directly on the bad guy. And for that reason, I would believe that it was my teammate and I would not shoot, hence to me dying. So I've turned this off because it was so annoying to just die because I thought I was gonna kill my teammate. Teammate names, I've got this off. It was annoying. Same reason, honestly. Show opponent names, I've got this off. I've got this on. Show threat indicator, I've got this on. Show hit indicator, I've got this off. I had it off, but I have it on now just in case, I hit something and, I just prefer it on. Reload indicator, I got this off. Show health off, because you might think, well, that's stupid, but I don't want to play off of my health. Let's say you would, if there's two people pushing you, right, and you would normally want to flank them, go flank them, right? That's what you would normally would do. But let's say you're at 20 HP, and the main reason you're not gonna flank them is because of your HP. I just find it dumb. That's not my playstyle. I play off of my skills, and if I can kill him, I can kill him. If not, hey, I'm just a bit unlucky, that's all. So what I'm trying to say is, this is personal preference. If you wanna have your game being affected by your health and how you play, have this on. Vice versa, have turned this off. DBN timer, not sure what this is, I just got it on. Weapon panel, it just shows your weapons. to see right there. It shows your ammo. So like, I mean, if you want it super realistic, have it off. Show compass. I've got this on. Oh yeah, weapon panel is on. Compass is on because if someone is saying south stairs on border, you're like, bro, we're south stairs, and if you can look at your compass and oh yeah, so you can kind of figure things out. Show versus notifications. It was so annoying. Whenever it would say like, oh, that many people are remaining, so I got this off. Cursor on. Show hit confirmation on. Kill confirm on. Show buff debuff on. Show area of effect on. Ping cursor and chair. Blah, blah, blah. So these are like for OBS and stuff. So show ping cursor in car on. In OBS on. Show tips off. Show players reinforcement pool on. Show match timer on. Show diffuser timer on. Show round number on. Show ticker on. Show battle eye bands. I've got this off because sometimes it would be distracting. The same thing as with points on. Show voice chat on because I want to see who's stalking, obviously. If some guy is calling me, come to me, and I'm not sure who he is, that's a big issue. Show stance on. Resources on. Objectives on. Warnings on. Action prompts on. Diffuser prompts on. Observation tools on. Operator cards on. Teammate icons on. Opponent icons on. Objective indicators on. And enable pings on. That was my interference preferences. Streamer mode preferences. Everything's off. Ping on. Display game info. This is basically if you see FPS and stuff. I've got this on. Cycle inside camera groups. This, as it says here, activate this option to navigate inside camera groups and observation tool. When watching the last camera of a group, navigating to the next one will bring back to the first camera of this group. That's personal preference. Drone after prep, I've got it on manual in case, let's say someone is chasing me. Drones are really important, so I want this on manual in case the timer gets to hits zero. While the guy is chasing me. Now match replay, I've got this off. Turn it on, off, depending on... I mean, if you've got it on, it's gonna impact your performance, because it's gonna be recording. Text chat channel disabled. It's toxic. It's just so toxic. And the last thing I want is to be shit talked for no reason, so I've got this disabled. I mean, yeah, you could have team on, but I don't really care. Crossplay matchmaking on. Crossplay communication on. Audio. This is kind of, you know, also really personal preferences. I've got subtitles on because I've got dialogue off. So why I've got subtitles on is because, let's say there's a guy on the other side of the wall and he's on the opposite team. If he shouts out that he's reloading, it will pop up, I'm reloading and who's saying it, and I can kill him because of that, because I know he's reloading and he's vulnerable. Now, turn this off if it annoys you. Master volume, depending on your setup. I used to play at 100. I play at around 70 to 100 now. Really just depends, but play around with this. Music, I don't want music on, it's distracting. Dialogue volume, I've got this off because it's also distracting. Dynamic range, night mode, TV, and hi-fi. I play night mode because it enhances your footsteps and makes everything else, like, such as gun sounds and voices and all. I'm not too sure about voices, but it makes everything else lower and footsteps a lot more noticeable to hear. TV, it's basically hi-fi and night mode together, so it's a balance between those two, and hi-fi focuses more on gunshots. So play on TV if you want both of them. I play on night mode because that was the meta. Not sure if it still is. Now, I can't really do anything with these, but if you can, you can copy mine. Now, by the way, why I've got the dialogue off, if I didn't mention it, is because sometimes you might be playing and let's say as a vigil, he's gonna be chatting a lot, so like, it just gets distracting sometimes, and I just have it off display. Now I've got 165 hertz. I mean, I've just got it, so full. Okay, so play on your native resolution if possible. If you want more FPS, put it as low as you are willing to go, as low as your eyes are willing to accept it. Full screen, never play on anything else, as you can't use your FPS. I play 3.2, used to play 5.4, I used to play 4.3, used to play 16:10. 3.2 is it's in the middle between 4.3 and 16:10, and that's those two I preferred. VSync always off, widescreen letterbox off, field of view 84, I don't know, I just play with 84, always been like that, personal preference. Brightness 63, no reason, just have it on that. Controls, raw input, mouse keyboard on, mouse look conversion disabled, mouse sensitivity horizontal 95, mouse sensitivity vertical 95. Maybe running, you've got 95, that's insane. I've got 9.5 because my multiplier is 0.002, now it's 0.02. So basically what this means is it's the same as 9.5, and because you can't select 9.5, it's either 9 or 10. Sometimes, you know, in the middle it's the best, so this is 9.5. If you want a video on how to change your multiplier, just let me know and I'll show it. I play on this. This is quite often changed, just because, you know, so what this is, all of these are basically this on 1 point. So 1 times scope 45, it's going to be the same speed, only 1.5 times at 75. So these are all close to perfect speeds. Now at about from 3 times to 12 times, it's really not monitored. I mean, maybe 12 times, but I don't play those scopes anyway. So it goes up to 2.5, and that's when I stop changing them. Mouse scroll disabled because it's annoying. Gadget deployment advanced, drone deployment advanced, aim hold, lean toggle, sprint hold, crouch toggle, prone toggle, walk hold, and controls. Scoreboard tab, blah blah blah. Just, I'm not gonna read them all out, you can take a look at them and just pause the video. This is what I said in my last video about leaning. There we go. Now, this is controller, so I'm not going to go over it because I don't play controller. Accessibility, I've got custom, on color, accessibility, preset, opticolor, black. I used to play default, and I played some blue, turquoise, green, light green, yellow. I've been through all of these, okay? And I prefer black, because sometimes, the turquoise would just blend in, the green would blend in. Optic opacity 85, chat assistance and hints off, chat scale 91, chat background opacity, I've got it on transparent. Now these are my settings, hopefully they helped, and hopefully my explanations were good enough. If it weren't, ask me in the comments and I'll try to describe it as best as I can. Now, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you've got any video ideas, please let me know. Sorry if the video got long, but, you know, I tried going through everything as fast as I could and efficiently, so, bye guys, enjoy.
No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. You ain't stingy, split your tablets with me. You don't flinch when camera flashes.